Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy 005 Dynasty. I'm back with another video. So I was watching the young lady Crystal, I believe that's her name, from Top Music Attorney on YouTube. She has a website and she's on other social media platforms. Pretty dope, individual, and it's helping out the music community, right? So she's going over the new Copyright Act, right? She's like talking about it, and something just like popped into my head. It's like a question. They're basically trying to figure out, like, if AI content can be copyrighted, right? And it is in multiple industries. It's not just music. It's in multiple industries, right? Like Adobe was like, chiming in, like a whole bunch of different companies, right? And they said in order for something to be copyrighted, it has to be, pretty much made by a human, right? Or like almost the whole thing by a human. You know what I mean? But what they were saying is like, some things might have to be like documented so that you could just so you could get the copyrights. You know what I'm saying? Like, so for example, like let's say if I use AI to make a song, well, how can I prove that the AI itself didn't make the entire song and there was no parts of the human, like a human really, help create the song? No matter if you gave the AI prompts. So like I think that what they're trying to say is like, if you give the AI prompts and tell the AI, oh, make me a song about this, or maybe like push a button or two, you know what I'm saying? But the AI does the whole thing for you, then technically the AI did the song and you didn't do it, so you can't get the copyrights for it. So then, you know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking, what if that, this might be the biggest hypothetical, but y'all already know, people who have subscribed to me and they've watched my last videos for like the last week or two, or like maybe the last month, my mind will jump out there. But I think it's great for the question, you know what I'm saying? Because what if this happened? I mean, it could be like 5 years from now and you'd be like, oh, Dynasty was right, man, he was on the money. Or 5 years from now, you could be like, nah, he was wrong, but whatever. I like to throw out the hypothetical, you know what I'm saying? So what if they start saying, like, if you make a song, now we got to dive a little bit deeper. So we want to know everything that you use to make the song, starting from scratch. So like, let's say the sample producer goes and samples a song, but then for the copyright, they have to put everything that they use. How would they be able to tell or put down, on the form, what reverb was used on a piano or a guitar, or what effect was used? How they wouldn't be able to do that because they don't know what was used in those studios to originally create that sound. Because what I'm thinking is they might say, like, we're not talking about from the point when you took the sample. We're not talking about from the point where you took the original song. We want to know everything that's used in this song. You know what I'm saying? Like everything. I mean, like from this point to this point. We don't want nothing that can be any type of like AI generated or anything. We want to know from point A, point B, from the original sine wave tone or saw wave tooth or whatever, to the point where it's at now and it's sitting in front of us trying to get copyrighted. What if they say that? What if they say, we want to know now if you use a Yamaha keyboard and if you use outboard gear like a Manley or like a Neve or like a SSL console, that all has to go down on paper now. Or if you use a guitar pedal from Strymon. You know what I'm saying? What if all that now has to go down into the copyrights, so they could really say nothing was AI generated? Nothing. How would you get that information if you're sampling? You're not going to have the original information for all the stuff that was used. You're not going to have that info. So you just going to basically try to get the sampled beat cleared for copyright from the point where you took it and you started to add your effects from that point. But what if they say, no, we don't want that. We want it from the original point. I think that that's not too far fetched. Now they might say, okay, you sampled it, just give us the details that you know from your point. They might say that's okay, but then they, but the thing about that is like, I don't think they would say that's okay, because you still have to get copyright clearance for even using the sample from the first original copywriter on it anyway. So it's like a real big, like, this mind thing that it's got going on with me right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if I'm telling you, they can do it, man. These people control the world, man. If they literally say we don't want sampling anymore, and they put it into law, then you won't be able to sample no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what if they start, like, really messing with the music, like, because this thing gets so tricky, like for example, like, say like me, right? I'm making stuff original from scratch. So basically, I could put down on paper, I use the Roland FA06 keyboard workstation to generate this, to play this piano, right? I could even show which piano I use, and then I could also put, I bust it to the MPC Live workstation. Sampler, right? So, and then I could also put what reverb unit that I used, what settings I use on that reverb, because that is a machine. I mean, like, when I send my stuff to, like, the all that stuff is computers. They're machines, but I have to show some type of human interaction with the machine and what I did to create the record. Then, you know what I'm saying, like, whatever compressors, whatever is used, and then also show, like, my music sheet, like, when I played my chord progressions and melodies and stuff like that, I can show that, you know what I'm saying? I can show the work of that, like, with all the MIDI data and things of that nature, right? And I can print that out and have a music sheet that shows all the keys and show all the velocity and all this and that, right? Like, starting from scratch. Now, I'm just saying, like, I don't think somebody original will have that much trouble with the copyright office. I mean, anything can happen. Like, people can say, like, oh, 20 years from now, they could come and try to say, oh, no, we got to get that copyright, take it down, and, you know what I'm saying, they want to sue and stuff like that because it's an interpolation or whatever of their song. I'm saying it's copyright theft of their song, right? Right? Because maybe the copyright office messed up when they approved your version where they shouldn't have had, right? That can happen, right? But what I'm saying is, at least you have a fighting chance when you know all the information. You could literally put down all the information from scratch. Now, what I'm saying with the sampling thing, when you sample, I think they can, like, maybe stop things. I wouldn't want that to happen. I literally would not want that to happen. You know what I'm saying? Some of my favorite songs of all time have used samples, right? So I wouldn't want that to happen. But I'm just thinking, like, yo, could AI be a sampler's worst nightmare because of law changes? I'm just thinking, like, there's a lot of people that work in Congress, and there's somebody sitting in one of those oval, like, type of rooms, offices or whatever, and they're pondering probably just like me and saying, like, oh yeah, so we got the sample community too, and what are they doing? How can they get their stuff copyrighted? How could we know that the sample-based community in any genre, it doesn't matter what it is, it could be any field. It could even be in like, you know, dealing with, like, digital graphics, right? How do we know that they didn't use AI to help them sample something? How do we know that it was all them that did it? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do we know? What information can we gather, or can they send us that lets us know that a human did all the work, and it wasn't AI that helped them, or AI did all the work? It's kind of crazy. Got me to thinking. I'm like, damn, man. I'm like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. This is just a quick little thought process just popped into my head. I was watching, you know, if you get a chance, man, go subscribe to Top Music Attorney on YouTube. She does a wonderful job. But, like, I've been thinking to myself, like, yo, am I using AI? Because I don't think I'm using AI. But when I sit down and I turn a knob on like a reverb unit, like a reverb piece of outboard gear. I'm like, am I using AI? Because I didn't generate the reverb naturally in my studio. I'm using an algorithm from somebody else's, coding of a snapshot or whatever they did to capture, what they call that. I forget what they call it, man. It's not. It's what's the convolution reverb? What did they use for that? You know what I'm saying? To capture those spaces where they, you know what I'm saying, record those reverbs at. So I'm like, am I using AI? Because it's like I can't generate a reverb myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm using a machine to do the reverb for me. It's not coming from the room that I'm in. I don't have a grand piano sitting in front of me because grand piano is going to have his own chamber. It's going to have his own cabinet. Like it's going to have his own reverb in that piano. And the room environment is going to be different. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm like, oh, what about me? I'm just there. Am I using AI? Like, I'm getting assistance. But I think they kind of mean like when things are getting computed for you, like it's like you use Ozone. Like Ozone, Ozone Assistant, that's AI. When you hit that and it generates stuff for you, and then there's an outcome, but then maybe if you want to, you could probably tweak it from that point. But it still did all the computing for you. That's AI. Like, that's one thing I definitely don't use is Ozone and any of those things, man. I'm still trying to figure out which piece of outboard to get for like certain stuff. Like for my vocals, I want to get a piece of outboard gear that's legit for my vocals, and that would take care of all the processing for me. I just go up and down like the rack unit. And I mess with like the compressor, and, the EQ and so forth, things of that nature, right? It's kind of crazy topic, guys and girls. Just wanted to do this really quick. And yeah, man, you guys know. But it's your boy 005 Dynasty. If you get a chance, man, tap in. Let me know what's good. Jump in the comment section. Or hit me on Instagram. Add me on Instagram. You already know, man. You know where to find me. It's your boy 005 Dynasty. Don't forget to Google me.